I wanted to spend just a moment this morning and visit with you about how important this week is, the next few weeks, because we're going to take the things that you have been learning and pull them all together, sort of the therefore what. We've been talking about how to set, about lifelong learning, about what careers you want to have, about the learning model, and a lot of different things. And this is sort of the bring it together, therefore what. So we're going to be talking about decisions this week, and you've got some really fun and exciting things that you'll be working on. And I want to just share briefly a really quick thing that will help you understand how agency works, why agency works, and how it changes who we are. So to do that, let's just start with some of the basics, right? We know that we are spirit children of our Father in heaven. So that means that our spirit comes from God, that He's the Father of our spirits. Now, when we come to earth, we get something that we add to this, our bodies, right? They come from our earthly parents, and they provide our body. Well, when you put these two things together, that equals your soul. We read that in the scriptures, that the spirit and the body are the soul of man. Now, this is also very important for agency, because before we had our body, it was just our spirits, even though we had agency before and we could reason through things, our spirits naturally want to do what is good because they're from God. They yearn to be with Him. They yearn to be like Him. But our bodies, they come from our earthly parents, and that it's a little different, right? Our bodies, they kind of want to do what feels good. If you're tired, you want to sleep. If you're hungry, you want to eat. If it feels good, you want more of it. Now think about that in terms of the increasing and decreasing returns that we talked about before, about those rewards, right? Your body's always going to be wanting to work on those, these two rewards that we looked at, the decreasing rewards. This is where your body really kind of focuses on, just like as long as it feels good, but it often peters out. Your spirit's more like the increase in rewards. It wants to keep doing something over time that will make you feel good forever. And so your body brings with it some other desires. And when you put these two things together, you get agency, really powerful agency. And, maybe another way to sort of think about it is it creates a bit of a war, right? Because your body wants to do things that feel good, whether they're good for you or not. And your spirit wants to be like God. And so now we really have agency. Now there's really two things to oppose. Going back to scriptures when Lehi's talking to his sons and he's saying that there must needs be opposition in all things, right? So that they can know. This goes back to Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. That this is one of those main things that you really needed to have here. You needed to have a body, yes. But one of the reasons you need to have a body is so that you can complete your soul, that you can understand from a very real perspective what it means like to really exercise agency for the first time once we got here on the planet, really understand what agency is about. Now, think about the faith cycle. Think about making decisions. Every day you make a decision, and that decision's either going to give power to your spirit or it's going to give power to your body. And when I say body here, what I'm talking about is our natural man. That's really what we're talking about here, the body being the natural man. So every day you make decisions that either increase the ability of your body to get what it wants, or for your spirit. Think about Fast Sunday. The reason we fast is sort of to amp up the power that we give our spirits. So every day the decisions we make determine the composition of our soul, who we are becoming. As President Monson said, decisions determine destiny. Now, this is also really important for another reason. This is all happening inside of us, right? This is sort of, if this is us, this is sort of, what's happening inside of us, right? This is kind of what's going on inside our minds all the time. However, we have external influences on this, right? The Holy Ghost, when the Holy Ghost talks to us, He's going to appeal to our spirit. He's going to try to influence and direct us to do good. So if our spirit is in a good shape, if we're able to have His Spirit to be with us and guide us, we're going to be more receptive to the Holy Ghost. Now, if you are Satan, you know exactly who you're going to try to appeal to, right? If it feels good, get more of it. Now, sometimes that's okay. Exercise feels good. Your body enjoys it. That's good. I'm not saying everything is wrong when it comes from your body. We can learn to make those good decisions. However, Satan will try to turn some of those appetites, desires, and passions and bend them towards his will, to what he wants. And so that amps up this war. Everyone's looking for, who are you going to be? What is the composition to your soul? Who are you going to become? Decisions determine destiny. So I'd like you to just think about that. Think about these different things that are in play as you think through this week and go through the activities about decisions and using your time. And we're going to talk more about this later on. This is kind of a mini little lesson that we're going to be talking more about later on in the course. All right. Have a happy Saturday or Sunday, whichever part of the time zone you happen to be in. Thanks, Clay.